Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the continued storminess out west. Tons and tons of snowfall. We still need to be talking about that because there's more and more storms that are expected to be on the way for those regions. We also expect multiple snow events to be possible in the northeastern United States. We're going to talk a little bit about that pattern change with the cold potentially transferring over to the east. And we're also going to be talking about some severe weather, which now the Storm Prediction Center is indicating to be possible. Anyways, before I get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. We have no comment of the day today because I am actually recording this on Sunday, December 26th. You're watching this on Monday, December 27th, and I'm going to be kind of a little bit of ahead of schedule like that for the next few days. So you're just going to have to bear with me. It's going to be a little strange, but we will get through things. Yesterday, from the time you're watching this video, this is what the radar kind of looks like. We have some storminess up here throughout a lot of the northwestern United States, especially snowfall happening in the Cascades, the Sierra Nevadas there, the Rockies as well. We're seeing a lot of that. So it's going on for a lot of places. We're also seeing some rainfall here for California, Arizona as well. And we've had this bit of a winter storm that occurred yesterday and through yesterday night. We saw that for the New England states here, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look here, particularly at the western United States. You might hear little paws walking around. That is a dog. That I'm in a different location right now, so we're going to have to just work around these weird things that are going on. I'm still trying to bring you guys the best weather information, so it's not going to let anything get in the way of that. As we've zoomed into the west a tiny bit, well, I guess we should probably zoom in here, particularly to the northwest. Let's do this. Perfect. We can tell there's a lot of energy here, a lot of energy heading into the northwest. We're seeing a lot of that snowfall in some pretty unusual places, not just the Cascades, but also some of the lower elevation regions here in Oregon, Washington as well, and even California. And I mentioned this was possible when we were taking a look at the model guidance a while back, so I'm not too surprised by this. We can see some heavier pockets of snowfall here as well, kind of in the middle and southern Rockies. We saw this big pocket of snowfall taking place in here, especially near Idaho Falls, Salt Lake City, areas like that. And we're also seeing some of these heavier snowfall amounts coming down in Colorado and southern Utah as well. All right, now let's take a look at the Sierra Nevadas here. And as we can see, there's been some pretty persistent snowfall taking place, but that has started to taper off as this storm is kind of coming to an end. This first one, that is, especially here in the south. You can see it tapered off south of that line. In the north, it is kind of hanging on a little bit, but overall, things have really tapered off. Let's take a look over here at the northeast, actually. Let's just zoom all the way up here. We can catch the tail end of this storm, and we did have a lot of snowfall taking place kind of in the overnight hours for these regions. And you can see that pretty much moves offshore by the time we're reaching about 10 a.m. here. Again, December 26th. So this is going to be just what happened the day before you're watching this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to some model guidance and the Storm Prediction Center here. All right, now here we are taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center's Day 4 severe weather outlook. And unfortunately, there is going to be more information tomorrow, the time you're watching this video. But I am going to be a day behind, like I said, throughout the next few days. Now, within this yellow region, we do have a 15% chance of severe weather. And at this point, that does translate to at least a slight risk. And that's going to be for a lot of the northern 2/3 of Mississippi and the northern half there or so of Alabama, as well as some portions of Louisiana, Arkansas, potentially Tennessee as well. We're going to watch for this, and we're going to see how this expands over the coming days, but that's all we know at this point. All right, now we're moving into some modeled guidance now, and we're taking a look at our simulated radar here according to the European model. And as we can see, that storm up there in the northeast is eventually going to move out. We can see that that has pretty much done so by this point at about 3 p.m. Today or yesterday from the time you're watching this video. Let me just move forward actually to where you guys are going to be seeing this video. So this is going to be December 27th, Monday morning. We have this big snowstorm ongoing still for the west, this next storm moving through. We see our one before it moving up into Canada now with some snowfall there for the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, and a bit of the Northeast as well. That could bring obviously some pretty hefty impacts there, especially in the heavier zones of that snowfall. Now there is warm air pushing up like this as we're in that warmer pattern, and that's going to be something we have to watch for. All right, now let's just move this forward here, and this is going to be approximately, it's going to be the morning hour of December 28th. That's going to be a Tuesday. You can see this motion has stayed true here, just moving straight up into those regions. We see plenty of that snowfall occurring for these regions, and we also see that rainfall moving up through from the Gulf states. The southeast ridge has been dominant this winter so far, and it looks to continue doing so at least through the end of December. You can literally see that the storm motion is like this, and it's following that jet stream. Because we have 1, 2, 3 storms along that track, bringing snowfall to multiple different regions here in the United States. And that's why these areas have seen the most snowfall so far. A lot of these in-between areas, I get a lot of people commenting in here, why aren't we getting a ton of snowfall? I just realized that didn't look right, obviously. It still really doesn't look right. Okay, this region in there has been really left high and dry as these storms move through. What's been happening is these storms end up here and they kind of dissipate and they end up redeveloping up here and then moving out. So it's really unfortunate, but it just leaves these areas just kind of in the dry from these storms for the most part. Unfortunately for you snow lovers up there. Now, by the time we're reaching about the morning hours of Friday, December 31st, you can see that storminess is continuing here for these regions. We're still seeing that going on. And I want to backtrack a little bit here to that severe weather chance. This is that storminess down here you can see that we took a look at on the Storm Prediction Center. As we move on to that Cape, you can see things are going to be pretty elevated there on Wednesday, December 29th. This is mostly when we're watching for some of that severe weather to potentially take place. As that Cape comes in from the Gulf states, that is when we're going to be watching for the possibility of some of that severe weather to take place. So let's go back to our simulated radar and just move forward with this. Let's move towards January 1st. And this is when we could see the pattern change quite a bit. We do see this trough becoming a little bit more flat and maybe a cold front trying to develop on this end. This is what we talked about in yesterday's video and actually the past few days. We actually get another severe weather risk here, the 1st through the 2nd. We're kind of watching the Gulf states as well for some potential severe weather. Now you can see Cape is going to stay pretty elevated in there until about the 3rd, and then it all moves out. So let's move back to our simulated radar. What's interesting is right around the 2nd into the 3rd is when we actually begin to get a pattern that looks more like this. With a trough in the east. Finally, according to the models, that was what yesterday's video was about. We see a lot of this warmth coming in behind it. This is a classic positive PNA pattern, and this could be kind of the difference maker here in this winter. If we can turn things around at this point, I feel like we could actually kind of salvage what this winter has been so far. Now, the thing is, the pattern does kind of flatten out later on where there is no clear ridge or trough up above. It does flatten out quite a bit, and that's going to raise a little bit of question marks, but we're going to have to just watch it really, really closely. Now, be sure to check out yesterday's video because I did talk about that pattern change if you are interested in that, because that is kind of a big topic that a lot of you have been curious about. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 4 out of 6 just because we've been walking through the 10-day period. That's why we've been staying at a 4 out of 6. If I felt more confident, I would change that, but at this point I do not. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovin Eagle, Lear LePan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I would also like to thank our diamond patrons Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codalesa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Quilisi also. I would also like to thank our channel members Catbite, Stephen Van, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.